Hey, how's it going, everybody? Real Diversity here, back with another video. I'm just gonna start the video with a pack opening, but we're gonna be playing Mega Altaria, some decent stuff. I had just tried to get this Ludicolo and Wonder Pick the other day, so funny enough, we just pulled them today, and we should have a shiny at the back here. I like now how the shinies are just bonus cards that don't take up uh, any anything else. So yep, awesome. Ludicolo, nice. I think that's maybe we have another one. Oh, I didn't know we had pulled two other cards that we didn't have. It's always good to fill out the deck. It's not struggling, but I will say a lot of the cards. I've managed to get all the important megas. Just luckily, I haven't gotten any like thing like. I didn't get Mega Pinsir. I didn't get Mega Ampharos. I just straight up got the the more meta megas when I opened all the packs. So that's been fortunate for me that I haven't been having no issues with that. I even had Dragon pretty early as well. So every pretty much useful card is the only card I don't think that's useful that I don't have. I don't think I have Mega Absol. But let me check real quick. I don't think we don't have Mega Absol. That's the only important card that we're lacking. Okay, but let's jump into some matches here. Let me first begin by showing the deck. This is Mega Altaria. This is the pretty much the standard. This is the deck that I guess this version has won a few tournaments. So this deck is the basic one, if you will. I usually a lot of times make personal adjustments, but this deck has played decently enough where I didn't feel that there was anything I needed to change personally. A lot of times I play a deck and it's like, okay, this card just doesn't get played. The only thing I would say, Guzma may potentially Guzma's a card I haven't seen, he hasn't gotten much value from yet, but it is a card where I can see myself needing it to win, and especially matches like where there's a leaf cape involved, in that sort of nature. Really, it just seems like a good leaf cape counter, or just a giant cape in general, just to get the numbers right, or to just throw someone off guard. And Kuzma it does seem to just come in handy very randomly. But yeah, Mars here as well. Very nice when my opponent gets a really big hand. If I don't have copycat, good to just reduce that hand. And also in a deck like this where they're maybe gonna take an early Chingling knockout, it's good to just be able to knock them down to two. And yeah, a lot of basics. So we run Licia. Don't run May. I think May here would be kind of valuable. But this deck does not run May. And again, if I was to make an adjustment, it would probably be Guzma for May. But other than that, this deck has performed well just with these set of cards. So I haven't decided to make any changes. We seem to always can get into Mega Altaria even in longer matches. And that's the thing with this deck is you almost can't like unless your deck is like only deck I fear is like Blaziken. If Blaziken can get like early heat more and it can knock like a Chingling its first turn, like that can be a lot of momentum for Blaziken deck. But yeah, if I see fire, I would just play around that. But yeah, if they can get some early knockouts, this deck can struggle, but that has yet to happen. And another thing is Altaria has such a low energy cost. So by the time they get two knockouts, we should be set up into Altaria. But again, if they were getting two knockouts, we probably aren't gonna have a high. We probably aren't gonna be doing a full 130. So that's where I'm more worried about is preserving our Pokemon instead. So a lot of times I'm not really gonna let them knock Chingling if I can avoid it. All right, we're going second, so that's good. Oh, and I'm gonna talk about this version of Altaria as well. This Altaria plays really nicely into just about everything. What is he playing? Water. We're going second, so I feel like let me just see if I can put my opponent to sleep. That seems like the best course of action here. We do have Licia. Okay, good. Suicune. Good deal, good deal. Perfect. That would be perfect. All right, Alicia here only has Suicune set up, so that's really good. And depending on what we get next turn, we'll pretty much. I'm not gonna play my other Chingling yet, just because. Um, but depending on what he plays, what we get next turn, we're either gonna go into our Chingling. So hopefully he stays asleep here. It's not like he can retreat or attack next turn anyway, so it doesn't matter. But this guarantees he can't retreat even with Lily, or I'm sorry, Leaf. So he's pretty much stuck there. But it didn't matter much for him this turn anyway. Um, if I see a Pokeball, I'm gonna be a little upset because we could have had Chingling instead. Honestly, we should have just went to Chingling. But if we can get into and there's a chance he could stay asleep. He could stay. There is a chance he can stay asleep. Here, but okay, he's played Giratina in his second Froakie, so pull it pretty much fully set up here, and getting ready to set up an attack. All right. He wakes up there. That's unfortunate because then we could have hoped that he stayed asleep 2 more turns, but that would have been wishful thinking. What I don't want is him to evolve here. There's Indeedee. He's doing 100 here. I think it's best here to bid our time here, for a few reasons. One, we don't want him to get into Greninja yet. Two, we don't have the appropriate ulterior yet. So we just want to avoid him getting into Greninja here. Um is the most important thing. And we can knock him next turn with the right ulterior. If he does red card me, that would probably play in my benefit. Yep, Mars is what I meant to say. Mars is actually really perfect for us here because, well, not perfect, but hopefully we get, okay, we do get Mega Altaria. And I was hoping we would get another Benchmon. That was really what I was hoping to see. So it all kind of comes down here. Do we get another bench or not? Let's see. And we can knock his hand down to 2 cards as well with Mars here. So I'm really crossing my fingers that we see. There it is, perfect. Perfect hand. So he did us a favor there. And we made the right play last turn. And we Mars here. So he's probably super heated. And he should have almost no options going into this turn. So great. That was good. Us going second also helped quite a bit there. But I said if we get red carded or Mars here, I wouldn't be upset as long as I see Mega Altaria. So that played out perfectly for us here. And yeah, I was gonna say I don't think as much he can do. He can't. It's gonna take him a minute to get. Yeah, well, I guess he had options, but we had Cyrus, so at worst we were going to pretty much hit Giratina. He already lost Mars there too, mind you. So yeah, we just got the perfect hand right after we got Mars. So couldn't ask for anything better, which was pretty much hoping to just see we saw Mega Altair. And even worse, if we got Copycat, that would have been pretty bad for him as well. Us getting Copycat, but the only thing was is just to put him in a situation where he couldn't recover in time. So again, that's why Suicune's an interesting deck because of the fact that and he probably probably had this option, and I would have probably did this if I was him. Is I would have probably waited to I would Mars us, and I probably would have just used Irida that turn. And if he used Irida, that would at least allowed him to keep Suicune for an extra turn. So okay, interesting start here. Won't do anything. Indeedy, okay. See again, some people like to do an early Mars or an early Something like that. And I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. I'm actually gonna keep my hand for now. We do have copycat. We could have copied his hand, but what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get into Mega Altaria, if possible. Um, okay, he had straight up attacks there. That's interesting. We're in no danger if next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and we're gonna copycat. Could be a big misplay here if he already has Mega Blaziken. All right, good hand. Oh wait, why didn't I heal up? I'm a goofball there. We could have healed though with Mega Altaria there. I mean with Indeedee. Big misplay there. I was not thinking at all. He maybe what did he just do? Did he just May? What I didn't see what he did there. Okay, he did wait, that was May, right? Yeah, May. Big misplay by us. For not healing because he can Cyrus us and that would kinda suck. So we're kind of going on a bank here, crossing our fingers. He does not get another basic here, so we can just Sabrina him next turn. And this is an interesting strat here, and I should have threw this Mega Altaria um probably to the front of the line. Okay, good deal. If he doesn't get a second Torchic up, then he just loses here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I would assume this deck runs double Cyrus, but if not, he just shot himself in the foot there, for sure. If not, his one win condition went clean out the window there. Won't play this Chingling because we don't have to. Um, I'm gonna put a Rocky helmet on you, though. Just because I feel like a potential Mars or something maybe on the way. Not that it matters in this situation, but he just loses here with the numbers machine. He doesn't have time to set up Blaziken. Yeah, he should. I don't know. That's the funny. It's the funniest thing when I play when I'm playing matches on here again in the random battles. The random battles always you can tell the skill difference about how long it takes certain people to concede, if you will. Some people, I don't know, maybe they just want to play and see But you know, skill players, the moment they see that they're like, you know, most of the master ranked players like you know, they can see when they lost pretty much like 3 turns away. And I knew he lost the moment he didn't get Torchic, because he had no way of pitting us, threatening us. If he set up Torchic, this match was very winnable for him. But the moment he didn't get Torchic is the moment he should have just surrendered, because it's not like he was gonna survive 2 more ulterior attacks. So anyways, you know, that was, you know, smart play. Chingling, very very strong card. And the fact that it does 10 damage is very underrated. I think first of all, not only does that do a little bit of balancing, if you can just do 2 of those in a row, because that's 20. And then throw a Rocky helmet on, so they really don't even want to hit you because you're doing 30 on them. Especially if it's a basic, you can knock a basic out. But if you are doing attack, and you can attack turn 1, so something's take 10 damage turn 1, then they can't use any Pokeballs, right? So very very strong card, and I hate going against it. So I feel like almost every deck should have some type of a way to knock it out pretty early, because if not, it can really slow your momentum down. So very very good card. But the moment, but my key to winning is to making sure when I do play ulterior or whatever, I'm in a situation to where when they can start using all their item cards, that I'm not screwed essentially. So but yeah, okay.